Today, the PlayStation 2 turns 20 years old. Within that 20-year time span, some of the best video games ever created have been released. What's your favorite PS2 memory? Let me know down below in the comments. So, out of all the games released for the PlayStation 2, one of the most popular games ever would be GTA Vice City in 2002. A game that would go on to become very popular, one of the most popular games ever created, as well as help revolutionize video games and push it to the forefront of where it is now. So, if we actually fast forward 10 years to 2012, well, back then, Rockstar Games actually released a 3-part series about the making of Vice City that it's a bit hard to find outside of a few YouTube videos now. It used to be embedded on the Rockstar Games website, and now it's pretty much non-existent. But it was really cool, and in this 3-part series, it details and entails the animation side of things, the sounds, the actors, and the city design. Now, like I said, at one point you could see all of this on the Rockstar Games website, but now it is no longer inaccessible. So today, we're actually going to highlight that and showcase some of the really cool things that went into the making of GTA Vice City and behind the scenes. A game that way back in 2002, like I said, was real revolutionary and helped pioneer a lot of how video games are made today. So if you do go on to enjoy, well, I hope that I can earn your thumbs up. 2,000 likes would be really, really cool. So first up with part 1, we have the animation side of things. So believe it or not, motion capture work was actually done for GTA Vice City way back in 2002. That's something that nowadays is super common. We see it in almost every modern day video game. There's more than just voice actors. It's actually actors and a whole motion capture side of thing. You know, the black spandex suit with all the dots all over it. So something like this way back in 2002, however, is truly amazing because that was really way just ahead of its time. And the first thing that we actually get with this rare showcase of GTA Vice City behind the scenes is a rare video showing a cutscene between Kent Paul and Tommy Vercetti transitioning between mocap 3D wireframe and to the final product of what we know in the Tommy and Kent that we get to see in Vice City. Now we also get to see a really cool sketchbook and progression of the original and beta character sketches and what they were going to look like compared to their final models. And we get to see how much they changed and how different they looked. But it's also really cool to think that these just sketches and these drawings would become these revolutionary characters that are still talked about almost 20 years later. And one of the last things that we actually see on the animation side of things is the moves. So we see various animations of Tommy Vercetti, from jumping into a comet, drop kicking a biker off of his bike, running with a chainsaw, wielding a pistol, so much more. And we get to see all of this from this polygon, these shapes, to the 3D wireframe, to a full-blown rendering 3D model of Tommy Vercetti. Now moving on to part 2, we have the voices. So one thing that is commonly overlooked is the voices of GTA Vice City. This game, opposed to any other GTA game, maybe with the exception of San Andreas, and pretty much every video game to date, is filled with so many big name celebrities, which like I said is really uncommon, but back then, Rockstar was trying to figure out a way to promote Grand Theft Auto, and what better way to promote this game series that has so much potential than with big name celebrities? Because you got to think, back in 2002, big name celebrities, that was a real thing. YouTube wasn't around, there wasn't internet celebrities, so to speak, or anything like that. So to have these big name celebrities come into a game, games back then were way on such a way smaller scale than movies, whereas nowadays games are almost bigger than movies. So some of the names and likenesses that we see in Vice City, or here I should say, is Luis Guzman, Dennis Hopper, Tom Sizemore, Gary Busey, Danny Trejo, William Fichtner, Fariza Balk, Kevin McKidd, and so much more.
You guys should try this at home sometime. This shit is hardcore. Hell yeah. You know, but you gotta see, once they put this shit together, it's gonna be, what they say, off the hook.
So he wants Grand Theft Auto.
Funny old guy recently, right?
The guy says, who's buying this? And he points to me.
Yeah.
He says, you buying this? I said, yeah, I'm buying for my son. He said, are you sure you want your son to see this?
I've been shot, I believe it. I've been shot.
Little bad word in any circumstance. Little money, little dick, little house, little car. Little's bad.
Don't take it personally, my dear.
Look, you know what Lucky stands for? L-U-C-K-Y? L-U-C-K-Y means living under correct knowledge yearly.
I understand it now. Okay. I understand it now.
For $320, give him a stick? I mean, shit, let him... I'll take an ass whipping for $320.
I stick my neck out for nobody.
Yeah.
This is a disaster. We are so screwed, man.
I was in it.
That was perfect.
I was in it.
That was excellent.
When it felt so good.
It's so funny that the only thing that I'd ever do, and it's this.
Yeah.
You know, the most nastiest thing ever.
Yeah, it's like a whole new ball game here. The only thing is I don't get to beat you up.
So it's supposed to be kind of like sex?
I've always wanted to do that.
Or I'm eating a chocolate bar.
You guys gonna have a kickoff party with food? Well, I'll show up for this food.
Yeah. Like finish.
And lastly, with part 3, we have city design, where we see renderings of buildings and the city go from a wireframe sketch almost to a complete 3D model. So it's really cool just to see how Vice City was put together and built. This is something that as fans, I don't think a lot of us actually see and appreciate the amount of hours and work that went into creating this whole environment. We also get to take a look at various vehicle models, from cars, bikes, boats, and helicopters, from that 3D wireframe all the way developed into what we see in Vice City. And overall, for the time frame, this is just truly amazing. So with that said, that's actually the making of GTA Vice City and behind the scenes. If y'all enjoyed this video and 20 years of PlayStation 2, hopefully I earned your thumbs up with 2,000 likes. Like I said, a little love goes a long way, and it would be amazing if y'all would consider subscribing to my channel as well. That way you never miss out on another daily video game upload. But with that said, I'm Zach Cox. Thank y'all for tuning in. I love you all, and I hope to see ya in the next video.